Brayshaw takes a beauty.
That's it. I'm growing a beard this week.
Thank you. Time back on.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny.
I wanted an episode to bring you in for. We have, as you can see, with Spotify, it says who the guest is.
Yeah, so it's
and
not a
also-
surprise.
Hopefully it just says Broden Kelly rather than Aunty Donna because we haven't got the rest of the crew here.
No.
It is
Broden, thank you for coming.
Pleasure to be here. Huge fan. Listen every week.
Yep.
Go D's.
Last guest we had in, I pronounced his name wrong. I got that right. It's Broden.
Yes.
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 I got that right.
Who did you?
I said Carlos instead of Carlo.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
but
Well,
the-
it's a pretty simple name this time.
Yeah. Well, it could,
Carlo's not exactly that's pretty in the V, stock standard as well.
it could be like, for some reason, I think Broden.
Yeah, Broden. Often it autocorrects to broaden, as in like you're broadening your horizon.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
yes.
So
Broaden.
you can call me Broaden if you want.
Okay.
Don't really care, actually. I'm just happy to be here.
Well, we really are broadening our horizons by having some
Terrific,
more
mate.
out of the
Awesome.
four walls guests,
Yeah, we are.
which is
we are.
one of our big goals going into this season, Broden.
Your list of people you put at the start of the year,
Yeah.
you haven't quite got there yet.
Well,
No.
don't uncork that can of worms because we'll be here. We've only got, 15, 20 minutes with our guest each week. You don't want to spend all of them going through
Yeah.
the trials and tribulations of getting Elon Musk on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Did you have Tom Cruise? Did someone have Tom Cruise?
He's named, hasn't replied. We've had
He's
a
going
few.
to be hard to get, especially he got COVID last time he was here and was the first person, wasn't he?
Really?
Wasn't he the
Yes,
first
I
person
think.
who
Oh, I
got
don't
COVID?
know.
I used to work at the MCG, right? Sorry to take over.
No,
I used to
please
work at
don't.
the MCC,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was wanted to be an actor, and I was at acting school, and so I worked in the event staff, and they put me up on the corporate suites one day, and I didn't know why. And then the head of security for the MCG came and said, "Holmes and Cruz are coming through today, and they're going to be in here, so just look after this area." And so I met very briefly Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Did you act for him and her?
No, I just sort of politely shook their hand and.
Oh,
tried
right,
to
so
be-
genuine meeting.
Yeah, and he had the biggest chest in the world. Like he was
Yeah,
like
right.
4'1",
Yeah.
just massive chest. That's all I remember.
He
And
does
what,
his own stunts.
what
so he's
movie was
probably
he filming?
Mission Impossible.
He was down here. Guy Pearce was with him as well. I don't know. It might have been like a.
Strange.
I can't remember.
You're
but
into your movies. What's Katie,
Guy
Tom,
Pearce.
and Guy been involved in?
Nah, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing's come into
Never
mind?
done it
Nothing. I
together.
think Katie and Tom aren't exactly.
No.
It was years ago. This must
Yeah.
have been because
This
he's a Scientologist and she's not, and then it just sort of all blew up. This is news to you, is
This
it?
is new. Were they dating?
They've
No.
not been together for maybe a decade.
It's
Okay,
probably
so
the better
they're-
part of a decade.
Okay, so they might have just been here to see the MCG.
Yeah. Well, hello turf boys. You know what I mean?
Circa, what year was this? Because they have been. It's been ages. South
2000
Park did an episode about it.
Yeah, it would have been maybe 2009 because I was still at uni.
Okay. Wow,
South Park is still doing episodes about things, so it could have been.
They are. Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying. Geez, 2009. I reckon they might have been together. Anyway, he hasn't replied.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe I
But-
go through Katie. She might be more open.
We have some news about some people that have been replied.
Yeah, we have. We got on Advanced Joy, huge. And then as we and he opened, and what I loved about that was he opened it, you saw it, and replied. And we put Tim Minchin on blast last week for seeing and not replying to the socials. And he's obviously heard it, or it's got back to him somehow because he's replied. And I haven't opened it yet because how the social media, the whole interactions, the rules are.
We've got to play cool.
We've got to play it cool now.
You don't want to be sitting on red.
No,
No,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we've got I'm sure, a slobbering reply, apology, saying, "No, I'm so sorry. I must have been the busiest bloke on planet Earth." So Tim, if you're listening, I know you are, but you'll get your reply when we're ready. But we're getting some traction, mate. And sorry, forget the we've got a genuine celebrity
Correct.
here, haven't we?
Well, I tried last year.
1.6 million
Yeah.
followers across all channels, 653,000 TikTok followers, 547,000 YouTube subscribers, 196,000 Facebook followers, and 233,000 Instagram followers.
Are you Facebook big? That's like all the boomers.
Yeah, no, big with the boomers. Particularly, we have a show on the ABC coming out
That's
right
boomer.
now.
That's boomer territory.
And a lot of upset boomers. So
Okay.
I know the boomers well at the moment. But not Sushi Mango numbers. There's only one of me. But I'm in a trio as well called Aunty Donna.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
tell us about that.
It's a comedy group. We all went to acting school together. And then
Yep.
we got out and no one wanted to hire us as actors.
Sure.
And so we went, let's just put a show on at the comedy festival.
Yep.
And people came. So we're like, let's just do this for a really long time. And then we made YouTube and stuff. And then we made a show for Netflix in America with Hangover Ed Helms.
Get out of town.
Yeah. I was going to try and get him to record a message for you, but I didn't have
Helmsy.
enough time.
Is
Are
he-
you friendly with Ed Helms?
Yeah, he's in our show. He produced
Piss
it.
off.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, is he not more like the Office Ed Helms?
No,
Rather than-
no. Shut up right now, because The Office is the British Office,
I
and
know,
then
but
everything else.
surely he's more famous for his office work than Hangover.
The Hangover.
Okay,
Hangover's
Hangover.
huge.
Ed
I'm
Helms.
actually curious what would have made him more money, right? Because like,
Oh, that's the sort of thing we can ask him when he comes on. Do you have his number? No, I'm not going to ask for it, but you've got his contact in your phone.
do you want to try and get him on?
Jesus.
But I like this is like he knows me, but like if I ask him, he's not going to be obliged to do it.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
So will he be angry at you for cold calling him on a podcast?
We're not going to cold call him, are we?
Well, it feels like we're edging towards a
No,
cold
I can't call him. He doesn't. I don't think he has a phone.
Okay.
I think I.
Oh, he's
call,
that kind of
I
celebrity.
could call his assistant.
Yeah.
His name's Brett.
Is he a good guy?
Brett is a lovely guy.
Far out. Oh, we call him
But
Brett.
Ed's a really nice guy. Sorry, that's probably you probably don't care about Brett.
No, I'm into Brett too because we take all comers, but
He's not a nice guy in We Are the Millers, Ed Helms.
no, he's not.
No.
He's the straight guy kind of thing, isn't he? He's the let's
Yeah,
get this show on the road.
Yeah.
Is he in Where the Millers?
Yeah, he's the drug dealer.
Oh, right.
He's the drug lord. Yeah.
Because often people can, think he's Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
correct.
But
no.
they're different people.
They are different people.
Wow. Okay, so
Okay, back
inhale,
to
exhale because I'm Ed Helms. We'll
so
talk
you're
about that
Netflix
later.
US big.
Yeah, big
right.
big time.
How many seasons?
One.
Just
One
one.
more than
One.
us.
We were big time for one season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what? So big time they decided not to renew you, or you
That's
going
right.
back
They
and
were
doing-
so big,
Yeah.
they were like, you can't do any more of that.
Oh, hey, that's more Netflix shows than we've been
Correct.
involved in.
I don't think we could get Netflix US big.
No, we
Do you watch
can't.
the vodcast?
Yeah, I do. It
So you're a VOD over pod?
I flip and flop.
Okay.
Pods and
I
vods.
flip and flop. So like, I'll listen some days, but then YouTube puts it in front of me.
The
Hard.
algorithm.
it's
The
in the
algorithm
algorithm.
is offensively like listening
Yeah.
to everything. So if,
So I'll be watching something, then all of a sudden I'll hear da 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 da. That's Rockcraft, big boy, and then it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
some-
your bit in that?
nothing. I think we change it from Ruckcraft to. No, we changed
You
something.
do
else.
something like oh, I think it's something like that, like a big laugh.
Well, I never listened to be honest, so it's I'd have to go through. But that sounds
Presuming
so
all your insurance is with Zurich then?
Oh yeah, they love what is it? They truly love the D's, and they truly. Oh no.
Oh, no.
This is
We
the one
should
where
know as well.
Is this the one in the ad?
Yeah.
This is the ad time. Okay. So yeah,
We recorded it one day.
a long time ago.
Yeah, we don't do that every episode.
Yeah, no, that's sort of done separately, isn't
Yeah,
it?
those are the
You have you've obviously well, not obviously obvious for us because we've got the cheat sheet here, but you're
totally.
starting a podcast as well, or you're
have-
doing a podcast.
We have a couple. We have
Nice.
the Aunty Donna podcast,
Yep.
which people listen to, but then I've just started doing a very dorky little footy one for fun.
Melbourne centric. would you say?
Yeah, because I went to the Gold Coast yesterday.
Okay.
Whoa.
I was up there.
In
In fact, did anyone leave their headphones in the Virgin Lounge? Because I was
Oh, could easily have.
what time was your flight?
about 3.
I mean, we left at 9.
Okay, so that would have been a very long
Long
headphone situation.
Yeah, I can ask.
Yeah, ask around if
I'll
you
ask
wouldn't
him
mind.
around. Did you bring him in with you?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. I gave him to the person working behind the thing. But no, yeah, it's a bit Melbourne centric. It's very anti Collingwood.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Who do you do it with?
my mate Tom, who makes all of our music in Aunty Donna,
Okay.
he's a Suns fan.
Ah.
One of the few Suns fans.
Yeah.
So we went up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a really good stadium.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a couple of little things about that stadium that I don't like.
Go on.
You can never see when they kick a goal, there's only one score
Yeah.
line. And when you kick a goal, you look up to see what the score is, but it's gone to a highlight and the scoreboard doesn't stay on there. So you have to stare at the scoreboard for a good 25 seconds for the score to come back on.
Are you guys looking at the scoreboard a lot during a game? Like, is it part of your process to look at the scoreboard? And
Not all the time. I was interested after one of their goals to look up and I just couldn't see the score. And I was looking at the scoreboard for a
Yeah,
good
right.
long
Yeah, that's
time.
Same here. Just random interest pops up and
And the same thing about the clock.
Yeah.
The clock's actually a little bit more important. You look at the clock a little more often than not because your rotations and
How often are you looking at the 30s and the ones and the?
I'm going to say rare on my side.
often on my
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
And I feel like I need to.
I'm
do
going to
it
say often as well.
Well, no, because there's a lot of people who never would. So rarely's better than never, and I feel like a lot of people just would never look. And
I look to see if my numbers come off the ground.
you would do
Yeah.
that rarely.
Yes.
They call you off the ground. There's numbers
There's
that call you off.
numbers. There's like, yeah.
Because often you see as well, like both teams are putting up the same number at the same time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there should just be let's just put numbers up for everyone now.
Yeah.
A communal board
Yeah,
We actually
has to get tricky. That
this
one
is
doesn't
topical.
it? Go on.
A lot of people, there's a lot of clubs holding up some interesting signs. At the
Yeah.
moment. We don't have any signs. We just have literally the exact time left is put up on the interchange boards.
Yeah.
It's like 2 minutes or 1 minute or 30 seconds is written up there.
yeah,
Some people, like the GWS had a whale.
yeah. I was trying to decipher that. Was it Free Willy? Like just go for it?
Could
yeah.
be. Yeah. I
Just
like
go
that.
for it?
It could also. No, it's got to be Free Willy, doesn't it? I was trying to figure
Well,
one.
no, I mean,
It could be a bit more Blackfish, so it's like kill.
Yeah.
Do you remember last year in the Benny Gibson era when I almost got you shapes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we
that
got
was
very
another
close
part?
to shapes.
Yeah.
It's been a while since that skeleton's come out of the closet.
Are you at fault or is it us
Well,
at
I
fault?
just handed on an email
Yes.
because they said to me, we want to send you some free shapes. And I said, do you know the Melbourne Football Club never stopped
Sorry,
talking
was it
about
that easy?
you? Yeah. You get free things, yeah?
No, but from Shapes' end.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're going to send you some
You had direct
shapes.
correspondence with them.
And then I said, hey, the Melbourne Football Club, they have a podcast called Gus and Gawny. It's bigger than Hamish and Andy.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and
Based loosely on it.
they
That
talk
makes me so upset.
they talk 80% about shapes. And then I said, do you want to talk to them? They said, absolutely.
No. That didn't happen because that's a...
I can show you the email thread.
So...
It did happen.
Steak and onions. They stole our... I was about to swear. Not going to swear.
That's how passionate you are
They
about
stole... I said, do a Barbie onion flavoured shape, height of COVID, and they did steak and onion
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
And then we got one
it. To
of
be
our...
fair, it's different.
Oh, yeah, but it's like Coke and Coke Zero, isn't it?
What's your off-season like? What did you have after the grand final, or what did you have, on your trip?
We actually had a bottle of Grand Cru, which was nice.
We had some nice wine. I had a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
That's a famous photo, isn't it? The cigar.
But
Yeah.
not like a.
Oh, food-wise,
Yeah.
cheese.
I don't think
No, I actually can't remember eating.
neither. We had to move from Joondalup into town.
Yeah,
Our
how
hotel changed.
The day after the grand final, we had to check out of this place we stayed at for a month at 9 a.m.
You're joking.
At 9 a.m. So
Yeah.
everyone,
we got back at 4 or something?
4 or 5 a.m. And then nothing was packed because I wasn't packing
Yeah,
before
was
grand
it
final.
A month of packing as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't
It's a
like-
big,
Yeah.
it's a big move.
And I-
That's the worst.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
had to go to a new hotel for the next week because
Oh,
apparently we were in a popular hotel in Joondalup.
Yeah,
that was
they
booked out.
wanted to kick us out.
They wanted to kick us
Fair
out.
enough too.
They're apparently going to get the third WA team, Joondalup. Did you see that rumour?
I did. I heard talks of Margaret River and 10,000 people there. But
Yeah.
Nice.
no, is Joondalup legitimately
Yeah.
an option?
Have you been there?
I've been to WA a fair bit, but not Joondalup.
Yeah,
Where
that's-
is it?
North, about 50 minutes north of. my
I
brother's
describe
house.
it as like the Craigie burn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, no. Or yes or no, or whatever. I don't know what your listeners are, but
There'd be someone in Craigie burn and hello to that
yeah,
person.
yeah, beautiful. That was a wonderful time, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate
So
it.
you're a long-suffering Melbourne fan, aren't
I was just saying off air to the wonderful team here, if I did Mastermind, it would be the Mark Neild era of
Wow.
football.
Can we get into that? Are we allowed to?
Totally. I remember the day you were drafted,
Yeah.
like the day you were born. I'm like talking like a proud father.
Were you there in Frankston?
No, I was at uni and I went to a Macca's to get the free Wi-Fi to watch the press conference, and
Yeah.
you're all standing there. Was it Tapscott there
Yeah,
and the
we
boy?
were
there?
in a Volvo Port Melbourne.
Yep, and you had your little hat on.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, "There's a guy we got 208 centimeters. I reckon he's going to be a gun."
You said that.
I did.
Have you got recordings?
I can ring my brother now. He'll tell you for sure. I said it. We got a guy. He's
So it's he
200.
say, she say though.
Yeah, that is true. I'm a liar. I don't even know who you are.
You said that guy's not going to make it.
But no, I can go into great detail
Yep.
on that as
Did
well.
you
I think
call-
other people in the room could as well. I think your videographer's
Yeah,
enough.
we've now worked
apparently.
that out.
Yeah.
So you'd remember well the grand final, the 2000 grand final that we lost? Like that's your young...
I was 11 years old.
Yeah,
I
so
lived in
that's-
Adelaide. I came over
Nice.
for the week before, and then I was at home for that one. It was a really fun day. That.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
jeez.
perfect age for sort of the 2021, aren't you?
Oh, man,
That's
I was
like right in your
A
wheelhouse.
sweet spot.
31 or 32 years of just, of the hard years, sitting over across the road in that stand. I also, I worked in the MCC for a lot of it with, it was tough times, but you were there and you were there for a bit of it.
Yeah, I got there in 2014. I
Yeah,
drafted.
people forget that the first year of Roosie was still a wooden spoon.
Horrible.
almost. Like a 5-win season.
Yeah, bad.
Apart from that one game, the Essendon game, where was it Geordie McKenzie? And like that when the first time the run.
Salem kicked the city.
Yeah, with Daniel Cross.
Crossy.
Crossy. Both of them were involved in that play.
Yeah, he kicked it to Salem.
Yeah,
and it was
Tommy,
like
Tommy Mack was involved.
It was a mature, level-headed decision to to go the short kick to
Yeah.
the gun
Yeah.
sharpsapshooter in the middle.
Wow,
He
wow.
was, he was a forward for his first 30
Yeah.
games, Salem.
Oh,
Was
don't. He
Yeah.
kicked, yeah. He's a lethal kick, so it makes sense. But
We've got injury news on him as well.
On
He'll be
Tapscott?
on Tapscott.
Where did Tapscott come from?
that's strange.
How is Tapscott?
He's all right. He's building. He's a builder now.
Is
Not
Salem
sure
back?
his injury status. Is he Salem back?
I'll give you two updates. Tapscott is building.
Yeah.
He plays for Chelsea.
He's the biggest man in the world.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah?
Yeah, he the day he got drafted, he got told not to do weights again. He still looks like he does.
Really? Is that
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just natural?
He was too big to do
He
weights.
should be a wrestler.
Yeah. Well, he was a good footballer, so he had every chance to be a footballer. He kept getting injured.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You
Too
had
big.
the jumper go to out from Clint Bartram the other day.
Yes.
And he's like 30.
Yeah.
How, no, he's
34.
Yeah.
But retired at 24.
Yeah.
He's been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you play with Clint Bartram?
No.
No. So he's been gone for a long time.
This is my
Clint
9th
Bartram.
year at Melbourne.
And you had no Clint Bartram.
No Barts.
For those listening to this podcast, that's a quick 9 years.
Yeah, he talks like he was a season, like he was
Didn't he?
talking like he was Ron
Yeah.
Barassi.
Mate, he had us all.
He held the court well.
Did he?
He was speaking well.
I'm going to bring him back to present all the jumpers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, we've had him. We've had Dom Tyson.
I thought that was awesome. I thought it was
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, we couldn't bring Todd Varney back because he's currently heading
In
up
the-
North Melbourne.
Yeah, exactly.
So that,
Behind enemy lines.
Have you got some more people planned? Like you got some numbers that are coming up? And
well, we've actually got a good set. The next to debut sort of guys have good
Good
guys. So 22 is Brett Maloney. That's Blake Howes.
Speaking of gigantic.
yeah.
Yeah, unit.
Tajwell Woden's Mark Jamar.
Oh,
big
number
rush.
40. Monez Wakefield is Matty Whelan, who works in the club, which is amazing. This is our Newtown Cade Chandler, by the way.
Just so
Sniffing
good.
around.
Yeah.
Just so good on the weekend.
Yeah.
Whenever you get the ball, I'm Broden, by the way. Nice to meet you. Whenever he gets the ball, it's just a sure thing.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
goal.
That when he in that pocket,
Yeah, that was awesome.
it was like that's going to go in.
Yeah. I mean, he could have passed it to 10 other guys. It would have
Yeah,
been a
no.
sure thing.
No
But
need.
his one was
Come
great.
at the moment. Come at the...
We need your news soon. I was about to give a Salem update, but I'll leave that with you. He's just thrown me a little bit now.
Clearly.
We're talking about players that you're going to.
Oh, that's
get
right.
back.
So we got number 40, Taj, Woden, if he debuts, Mark Jammer. Monez Wakefield has Matty Whelan,
Wheels is working here every day.
Yeah.
So
which is, I
awesome.
mean, the odds of having a
Convenient, easy for you to
45 and a
call in.
40 that we can bring someone in for is amazing. And Deacon Smith has Jeff White. So, like, anyone who's not debuted has an amazing number to be able to debut. So we're going to have some good
Did you
royalty.
meet Kalani White the other day?
Yeah, he's bigger than me almost. He's
Yeah.
15.
That's exciting.
Yeah, he would have.
Father, son.
Did you see him in the stands? He's a Gold Coast kid.
No, I didn't see him. I would have seen him if
How
I
could you miss him? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
How many games you been to this year?
I've been to. I'm going to miss. I was on tour in the first. I missed the Bulldogs game. I think I was on stage or something, and then I've been to every other one.
Okay.
I was in the president's function the other day because Titus O'Reilly brought me in.
Nice.
Wonderful time. Had a lot of party pies.
Brilliant.
He is someone we need to get through as well.
Yeah, he'd be
Titus.
good.
Yeah.
Love to come on. I'm
He
sure.
loves the D's.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And Zurich. Love Zurich.
Oh, yeah. He's
I've
a
caught
big
up with him a couple of
insurance guy.
times. He thinks that a lot of the players might not like him based off some of his comedy back in the day was to take the piss out of Melbourne, which was a pretty easy thing to do when Twitter first started coming for comedians.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you read
but
the
no,
laughing,
I've-
laughing or crying.
I laughed at them.
Did you get a few sprays?
Well, to be fair, I knew no better. So from like
Sure.
2009 to 2014, I just thought this was AFL.
All right.
In a
Well,
way.
that might be my homework. I'll give myself homework as the
Yeah.
social media manager.
Go have a look
Go
at
through
some
some
of
of
the
his old
subtitles
tweets, and I think I remember hearing some funny. I remember laughing because I don't think I was at Melbourne at the time. But
Comedy Fest, did you do it this year?
No, not this year. We're going on a world tour this year.
whoa,
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you say world tour,
I mean English-speaking countries.
Okay.
totally.
So I'm like Scotland, Ireland, England, US, Canada, and here.
So you're not big in Uganda yet?
Not yet. No, but this podcast might do it. What's your listeners like there?
You'd be uncomfortably surprised how
I'm not
many.
sure if we have an international listener. We might, and if we do, feel
I'm
free
sure
to.
you
Oh,
have
we
like
have to.
expats everywhere.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah.
be a Mel- that-
Big
this is the way
expat.
they get their news off the
Yeah,
news.
so yeah. Expats, please message in so that we feel good about ourselves. But when you going on that? That's a cool. tour.
Do you know what?
No, don't say the S word.
September. We'll be there September 30.
September 30th.
Yeah.
Is that a Saturday?
That is grand final day.
Grand final day, you leave.
No, our first show is I think around then or around that.
Okay,
time,
and
yeah.
it's critical that all three members are there.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how good you guys are looking. At the moment, we can move things, I'm sure. We're playing a place called the O2 Apollo in
Okay,
London,
that's
3,000
massive.
seats.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
that the-
2 shows that day, but you know,
They won't
it's only a show.
The TV show called Live at the Apollo, is that what
Yeah,
that
that's
is?
where it is. Yeah.
And will you be on Live at the Apollo, or is that stopped?
No, it's like that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
It's like they organise all that. No, it's just our show.
But that's the stadium you're at.
Yeah, same day.
Wow.
Same day as the grand final. I wasn't happy when I found that out.
So obviously the manager has
Yeah,
done
the
that.
tour, the management did that.
Your version of Brett, which is Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Tom does our music. Another guy called Tom who goes for the Swans did it, and he's done it because he doesn't want me to be happy.
Yep. Who do the other two boys go for?
They're very passive supporters, but they go for Geelong and Essendon. They've, they got Sammy Wiedemann's a big Donna fan.
The big sexual.
Yeah.
He actually is a big Gus and Gawny fan. Fun fact.
Is he?
He said
he loves content.
God, he's handsome.
he was pretty strong on getting you in.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah, pretty strong.
Is he? Who's the strongest person here?
Not him. Does he look it?
He's just so handsome.
Yeah, no.
He's striking.
Yeah, no. Strongest is in the Brody Grundy Jack Varney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'd have a real good battle.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and they're funny enough. They're polar opposite sizes,
Yeah,
exactly.
but they bench press
That's
the same.
humorous.
I met Max Viney once.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
he's
He's at a show, I
do you
think.
do jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, no, I was starting to fight in the city, and then he just came out of the... No, he's scary looking. I can't even imagine what Jack looks like.
Yeah, well, they shift in the gym, so good on them both.
Um,
When you said there's a worldwide tour, but there will be one here, showing here that
we're doing-
we can come to.
Yeah, totally. It will be in September, but probably not on the time you're playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't have to come.
Do you play on Wednesday nights, or are you all mainstream Friday, Saturday type
I
setup?
genuinely don't know when we're performing.
Okay.
But I'll find out, and I'll message you. Or you, Kate.
Can I go
I'll
back
just go.
to Comedy Fest?
Yes. Sorry, we tangented.
Yeah. Comedy Fest can be quite a successful setup if you nail your shows,
Yep.
people come and rock that, but it can be quite the other way.
Yeah.
If you don't manage to make bank and whatnot.
Totally.
I had a rumour that Ursula
Oh my god.
cleared $500,000 this year.
Oh no, mate.
More
She's not getting out of bed for
Mate,
half a
she's
mil.
for
on.
a Comedy Fest.
She's Buddy Franklin money on Comfest.
Yeah, but only for like 5 weeks' work.
4.
4.
So 22 shows. She sold 30. She won the award for most tickets sold.
Yeah.
She sold 30,000 tickets.
What? So the rich get richer. There's an award for it.
100%. No, yeah, exactly. It's called the People's Choice, literally meaning the most people, who sold the most tickets. 30,000. And you do the maths on a $40, $50 ticket, and her overheads are like, bring microphone.
And then she goes and does the Montreal and the...
Yeah. She
and does the same
took
thing.
her whole family, her wife and 2 kids around the world
Yeah.
on a world business class world tour holiday, just on points.
Wow.
And what are you clearing out of curiosity?
Do you want to get into it? We did a tour last year. It was the first time we'd properly made money. It
that's
took
good.
like 10 years to do it, but we figured it out. But Sushi, your boys in here last week.
Yeah.
They're wearing like Cotton On Lakers shirts.
They're packing Rod Laver.
Yeah, that's a choice to wear the Cotton On Lakers shirt. Don't worry about them.
They're not Netflix US big though.
No, absolutely not.
Not
No,
yet.
No, not yet. No, they're making a movie. They broke on this show.
Yeah, we told him.
Yeah. So that survived the cut. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't think that's signed the dotted line yet.
Well, clearly it is. We made it.
From our Wikipedia research, it says once nominated for a Golden Gibbo Award.
Now, please tell me that's got
We're just
nothing to
curious
do
on
with,
the naming.
What's the equivalent?
It's not a Ben Gibson related.
It's not named after our boy
He who
Gibby,
shall
is it?
never be
No,
named.
it's not the award for biggest watch. Which would be a good award.
Yeah.
It's like for the best young independent show where you don't have a manager or a producer. It's like, I guess it's like the Rising Star.
Oh, it could be named after him.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Can't be.
Most sunscreen used, biggest camera.
we had to rebrand because we went too hard on him in our first season. But now we can go right back at him. And I
Watch
love the
always
watch on the
sucked,
sunscreen.
yeah.
I follow him because I'm enough
Sure.
of like football stuff.
And watches.
Yeah, what's he do? What are we allowed?
He's gone to
a-
Puma.
He's like I saw like a very professional like I'm a big deal photo shoot where
Yeah.
he's sitting there.
To be fair, he tried to get that over the line. The photo shoots here as well. The big
Really?
deal shots.
Yeah, we just didn't have
He wanted naming rights. I could only get it in Lil and Ben.
Yeah, exactly. The flower pot.
The flower pot.
I'm a fan of that too. I'm a fan of that too. Oh, Golden Gibber, yeah, it's best
Did you win
independent. No, we've never won anything. We're nominated for stuff.
Well, we could golden beard or something. Or
we have a lot of pull. We managed to
Yeah.
get myself off the mark of the year,
yeah,
which Cody Waitman should have won.
yeah.
And we pushed for Jack Rewalt.
we got Jack
And the
Rewalt.
third option won. So I feel like
the Liam Ryan year. Is that what you're
no, this was Liam Ryan was 2009, and that was winning no matter what. We
Yeah.
couldn't push that off the
pedestal.
podium. Yeah, that was. I still like watching that actually.
Oh yeah.
I like how hard my work rate was to get back.
I was pretty upset that day, to be honest.
Yeah.
I had the bit of the Stephen Mays about me.
Yeah.
Just that angry look on my face for about a week after that game.
Yeah,
He's an angry man.
he has that post wins. He's angry.
does.
He's angry at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah. So coming to Hawthorn this week.
I've got Tom, who does the podcast, with his wedding. And guess what time it starts? 4:30.
No.
So guess who's got the phone out at the church? This
God.
guy.
You're not sitting anywhere close to the front.
No, I don't need to.
How's
You're
that? Yeah, I mean, geez. Inconsiderate.
Oh, no,
Isn't it?
totally.
He's
I'm-
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
planning a wedding now as well, and I would never do that.
what, in footy season?
Wouldn't do that at
You're not
4:30 on game day ever.
No, that would be, you get told off, I think.
I just wouldn't do that.
How quick are you going on the wedding? Can I get into this? Can I
Yes.
drill him? Congratulations to you
Thank
and
very
Danielle.
much. Yes, Danielle.
Yeah.
She's luckiest woman in Australia.
Is it going to be at a vineyard?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good place
We
to
are
start.
3 weeks in. What's the planning look like?
We've got a huge list that needs culling
What sort of numbers are we talking?
in the two of.
200s.
This is a loose. It's a very like
Okay.
200. It's just nudge over 200. So we'll be trimming that back.
Is Broden?
Yeah,
Do I get between Broden and Nazim, and I really don't want to invite Nazim. So
yeah.
you're heading that.
I can
hole.
MC if you want.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, we're looking. It's certainly not going to be Nazim. So the position's vacant. So we've got a random sort of eclectic mix of places that we could do it. Feels like it's going to be in Australia.
East
That's
End
good.
Wine Bar.
I really wanted to go to Tuscany.
He's going to do it at what's the place?
Motor Inn.
What's
Motor
the place
Wines.
you're going up against me in competitive?
Lenny's.
Lenny's. Have you? So you're in a trio with Aunty Donna.
Yep.
If one of them,
Mm.
let's say you own 2 restaurants,
Sure. That's
In
just
the-
for
in-
fun.
and then one of them starts a restaurant within radius of yours,
Yeah.
would you find that
Just
weird?
Burn it to the ground. I would.
Better to the
Set
ground.
fire to it.
You gotta assert your dominance.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But you
That's-
wouldn't find that weird.
No, it would be strange.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah.
the who started a restaurant near East End Wine Bar?
No, certainly
You
not
did.
me.
Yeah.
Certainly not me.
Yeah.
It's not
Well,
a-
you're not saying it's near Hawthorne.
Would you say? Yeah, well, I mean, now you're talking about you can't walk there.
What's your restaurant called?
It's not a restaurant; it's a wine bar.
Oh, cool. That's what he has.
Yeah.
He's got one of those. too.
What's your wine bar called?
It's called Lenny's because it's on Lennox Street.
It's
in
called
Richmond.
West End Wine Bar?
West End.
West
See, that would be a
End.
worry.
Yeah, that would be a
and it's
worry.
next door to Gawny's.
Yeah, that-
No, all what's it called? The same?
What are you talking about?
The same? More wine bars are better?
Oh,
What's
the
it?
Rising wine
Tide.
bar lifts all
I said
wine
that
bars.
about podcasts earlier. As
And
well.
I brought into that.
I like that phrase.
Yeah.
But
Anything
no,
else?
look,
Do you need
nah.
to push? Do you need to push anything your way?
No,
You got nothing you
no.
want
Thank
to?
you for having
The
me.
world
Yeah.
tour is probably something that feels like we could push.
We could push that.
If you're in
sold out.
Uganda,
No one's going
or-
because
it's
no
all sold
one's-
out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, forget that. If you wanted to go to the world
You've sold
tour,
out every show
Just about. Yeah.
a year in advance.
Yeah. We got.
so we can't come, even if we wanted
we
to.
come to Melbourne one. I'll
But
put
that's
some
sold out.
aside.
Do you have tickets?
Yeah.
We have tickets. To
Didn't you
footy
just say
as
it's
well.
sold out?
Yeah, but you put holds aside.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's
Sorry,
like-
I've never sold a world tour out. So
when
I'm
you
not,
see the MCG full,
Yeah.
that's like when every seat's full. That's like 83,000 or something.
Yeah.
But this is like 17,000 other little areas. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
so
Right.
we
they're
can
available.
come if.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
If you genuinely wanted to come, you would have a ticket like that.
Okay.
And Danielle and your partner and your bub.
Yep.
Everyone, you can come. Okay, you
Dangerous?
can come.
Get
You don't
dangerous
have
in
to.
there?
Weed came, and he sat.
sexy.
He's like, yeah, the big sexy was like 2 feet higher than
Of course
everyone in
he
the
is.
Okay, so
audience.
I'd stand
Of
out.
course he is.
Are you big on anyone who sits in the front row? You're sort of there in the show.
Yeah, you go hard on them.
Okay, so
you got to go
don't-
hard on them.
somewhere not near the front.
Yeah,
ideally.
no, you'd be great though. Have you ever done stand up? You could do stand up.
I've never done stand up.
You could do it though. I,
I mean,
think.
now that you've said that, my ego's just been boosted a little bit. I'm more than happy to start a show.
And remember those Ursula Carlson numbers,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
once
I'm
you
half
start
a million.
packing
You're
out.
saying higher.
And
so.
very rarely does she have knees flying into her
Yeah.
while she's on stage.
Yeah.
It's a
I
much
went to one of
easier
her
job.
shows and saw none of that. So
Has she not done a centre bounce?
No, I don't. Yeah, she prefers they throw it up. You know, just get it up.
she's pushing the bounce away. She wants thrown up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not plugging the world tour. No one can watch the Netflix US
What,
because
listen to the footy podcast.
Listen to the footy podcast.
Thank you.
watch TV because you're on a Coles Mastercard ad.
So is that on there?
Yeah.
That was when I had no money.
Yeah.
I was very gratefully I was the face of Coles Mastercard for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh wow,
Brilliant.
And just like the pointing down and
He's
the
got that now. Track's got that now, doesn't he?
You're down. Prices are down.
I was and
No,
we
Track's
sang
Woolworths. Sorry.
his track Woolworths.
Yeah.
He loves his yogurt.
Loves
Yeah.
yogurt.
Are you
Loves
bigger
it,
than
yoga.
Track on TikTok? No,
Absolutely
yeah, you
not.
Are. You
Are we?
Yeah, you are by a long way.
And I don't. Maybe we should do one where I just make a nice yogurt and jump in the Portsea.
Do a day in the life of a stand-up comedian. That'd be good to watch.
That'd be good. And just follow track around.
Yeah. Oh, well,
be
thanks for
great.
coming on.
Oh, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the world tour.
And
You don't
Hopefully-
need luck, mate. You've already sold out.
no, I appreciate it. And
Hopefully it goes off a couple of days later.
Break a leg.
yeah, thank you. Cheers. You please don't break legs.
Yeah. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
That's lingo.
Yeah, it's good lingo. We'll be back with a new town.
Hi, Jake Lever here. Zurich Insurance has been protecting Australians for over 100 years, from individuals and families to businesses large and small. Just like a game of footy, life is unpredictable, which is why they offer a range of insurance solutions to help you protect what matters most. So why not head to zurich.com.au or contact your financial advisor today to see how Zurich can support you. Now, let's head back to Gus and Gawny.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny. Thank you, Zurich. We don't need to keep on doubling down on Zurich.
We will
I think
in this
do.
instance, yeah, because, boy, they do good
They've
insurance.
had 10 mentions today. Sporting Globe have had no mentions until now. Thank you, Sporting Globe, as well.
Yep, we love them.
And we're actually trying to get a sponsor for this segment. The News Hound. Yeah, he needs a sponsor.
Maybe like a pet farm or...
Yeah, something got to do with
Hounds?
farming, I'm presuming. Oh, no, hounds. I thought you were going the farming approach.
Oh, yeah, could do.
Yeah.
Harvesting.
Yeah, harvesting. Ben McAvoy. maybe
John Deere.
John Deere would be nice.
John Deere harvesting
nice.
equipment. Maybe we're thinking... I was thinking like a pet barn, like dog food. Because
I'd love McAvoy has a farm.
Do we have a-
McAvoy's farm could sponsor.
Do we have a dog food sponsor?
Anyway, the News Hound.
How are you?
Fresh off a goal of the week, Nom, is it?
I'm not too sure. It'd be nice, but
It was. Firstly, News Hound's getting big. He was
Almost transcending the show itself.
An
isn't he?
interview before the game with Alistair Lynch,
Ben Dixon.
Yep. And then signs in the crowd. Did you see the signs in the crowd? I love 37. Did you see that?
Didn't see
That was my cousin though. That was my uncle's. My uncle's children.
And we had this debate that it was actually still there from
Leftover
when
from-
I was
yep.
37.
Yeah.
It was a sign made 10 years ago. What do you got for us?
Mate, I've got a few things, but I'll be quick and
Of course you
sharp.
do. It's the Hound.
So first of all, obviously, good win on the weekend from us. Our ex-Gold Coast player, Stephen May, is playing his 200th game this weekend.
Wow.
So he played 123 for Gold Coast and 76 for us. And since we've had him, he's been a premiership player, dual All-Australian, and he's had 2 top 3 finishes in the BNF.
That's good going.
So
Bruiser.
I think we've probably won that trade.
That's one of the more. Do you know who went to Gold Coast?
No idea.
Okay, well then we don't know.
think it was
Well, we got
Kingy.
Stephen May.
I think it was Kingy.
We got
Yeah,
Stephen
but
May.
what if it's Took Miller and
Ben
Took
King.
Miller's an All Australian and second up in the Brownlow?
We're happy with
We're
that.
happy
man.
with Maisie.
Okay.
Nam will return as well
cool.
in 2 weeks against Adelaide. So we will be the Nam football
2 weeks
club.
in a row, I think, and then the free game
Yeah,
of
so
the G.
round 10 and round 11. So our Guernseys for...
Have you seen them, by the way?
the Guernseys.
Not live.
They
I've
look
seen them online.
Yeah.
On the line.
on the net.
Yep.
Well, so they were released last week, and you can actually get them at the Demon Shop.
Yep.
They're up for sale there. You can there's a light blue one and a dark blue one, obviously because we're playing 2 rounds, an away game and a home game, so there'll be different Guernseys for each of those games.
Pretty important, I dare say, because Port would have they're a dark colour, so I feel like we would need some sort of light colour in that game.
But they look awesome, so jump on the website and get yourself one of those and bring it to Adelaide.
We'll do.
VFL news. Bill Laurie had 25 touches and a goal. Housey and Taj both had 24. And Charlie Spargo with 22 and a goal.
Would you call him best on?
Spargs?
Yeah.
Arguably.
Arguably best
Arguably.
on.
Yeah.
Who else would you argue?
Well, but Bill Laurie, he had 25, but he only played 3 quarters because he was emergency for our game. So that's a fair effort.
Jeez,
Wow.
imagine if he had to play 7 quarters in the Gold Coast heat.
that would be tough.
He would have came in and been subbing and Harmsy would have played, yeah.
Not
I'm
for me
happy with
personally.
young Taj Woden. That's a good
Yeah, and Housey as well. Those
Halfway
two,
house.
they are knocking the door down.
pairs Woden and halfway house.
Brownie kicked 3, Melky and
Brandy Brute,
Joel Smith.
all on
Smart.
standby for the Jacob Van Royen.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we are challenging that.
We are. Is that
we
hot
are
off the press?
challenging.
Okay.
We are challenging.
That's exciting. Are you going there to do some interviews?
I won't be there.
Okay.
I'm busy that
Yeah.
day,
Okay,
unfortunately.
sorry,
But
yeah.
I'll be ear to the ground and
I haven't seen Jacob in a bag of fruits.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
He strikes me as a man who would look real handsome.
Yeah, I
Scrub
reckon.
up well.
yeah, he looked good at the BNF.
He's a poor man, Sam Wiedemann, obviously. But
Speaking of Melky kicking 2 goals, did anyone see his goal last week?
yeah, the best
At
goal of all
Wonthaggi?
time.
It is the
unbelievable.
greatest goal I've ever seen ever.
was
So
unbelievable. He
do
kicked-
yourself a favour and get on the website and look at it because it was
He
unbelievable.
kicked 5 at Wonthaggi against Box Hill, and they were all genuine A graders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the
One was above A grade, but
the
there
one
was
was
4
like-
A graders.
God tier.
One
Yeah.
was
Above
the
A
best
grade
goal I've
doesn't-
ever
yeah,
seen.
Unbelievable.
Put it
He
in
was
that
good.
category. Some stats. We spoke about Clary last time. I'm going to talk about Track this time. He's
Okay.
number 1 in the league for inside 50s and 3rd in goal assists for the year. That's just a fun fact.
Number 1 for inside 50s.
Yeah.
On your
well,
track.
And I know the listeners have been really, really wanting to hear this one about Salo.
Yep.
A return is near. He's looking to main train this week, and I would say a return in the next 2 weeks.
Well, there's a VFL bye this weekend, which
Hurt
I
him,
think
hasn't it?
hurts
Yeah.
I think so.
sales. So
I
I'm
think
not sure. Like, does that mean he has to play VFL the following week? I mean, no, I don't sit in match committee, so that's all decisions.
Yeah,
for him to
match
make.
committee
But-
hasn't happened yet.
And to be
we don't
fair,
know.
the Brayshaw Rivers Bowie half back line,
It's
it's going pretty good.
It's gone pretty well.
Who knows, mate? I haven't been in match committee.
Imagine
this
that 7-year contract and you're back playing down
week. Wing.
at VFL.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't even make the wing anymore.
Yeah, no, Hunt's is there now.
That's all right. I'll do whatever's best for the team, mate. It's all good.
You just wink at our Newtown.
Yeah, I did. This is the truth.
But that's it from me, fellas.
Hey, great news,
Hey,
Henry.
thank you for coming in again.
Thanks for having me.
Sponsored by Pet Barn.
Yeah, we're more than happy to legitimize, laminate it, and make this a proper. I think your auditions over, and you've got the job. So
Thank you
congratulations.
very much. Appreciate that.
And now we'll try and get a sponsor and maybe even some.
I reckon
a tease, like a teaser. There'll be some Kay Chandler commentary. Yeah,
sponsored by Pet Barn. I'm saying it again.
Yep.
I'll get in contact with them.
No worries.
Thank you.
See you in 2 weeks.